How much is this bike more or less in normal shops?
In normal shops, BionX model 2012 spent around 1,600, the cheapest
1,600 euros.
Yes, and euros it means, and the biggest battery and rear rack it's 2,000
But
euros.
this is only the drive set, the drive
Only electric set.
so not the bike.
And bike, it depends on client. Somebody install it to cheap bike, somebody install it to very expensive bike. Typical for some countries where bike used for transport is installed on the city bikes. And city bikes not so much expensive. It's standard bikes without any special parts, without any special frame. If it's 2 kilos heavy, it's not problem. Yes, and but people ask us about very friendly, user-friendly system at first, for system which possible to adjust for personal, for small lady or tall man, and system which will be practically without maintenance. Don't some put inside some cleaning or some oil or something this. People want system which only on the bike, without any maintenance care, without spend any money. People which buy this electro system, not problem, for these people not problem, every year one visit in service. Please check all, no problem. But people don't like personally something repair, something adjust, and it's don't understand it, and these people don't understand it. It's a problem.
Can we have a look at the bike? Let's say there was no BionX system on it, and now you're going to put BionX on it. What are the critical points where you say you should look at this, you should look at this, like length of some cable, or what is the procedure?
For assembling. Assembling is point of view. The main point is that the torque must be perpendicular to this part of chain, and for this you must use special part which is on the other side, of course, because this part of many bikes is not perpendicular, it's some angle, and you must use the special inside this, between chain and fork, must be special part which adjust angle with precision around 4 degrees. It's okay, because perfect function depend if the torque sensor inside will be perpendicular by the chain. It's the most important point for assembling. All others is very simple, because in set which supplied with inside every accessories, every strips, every protections, every cables, all it's all in inside. And if you make some unusual assembling, BionX has a lot of prolongation of cable in many lengths, and it's a reason why it's used, for example, in hand bikes, in recumbent bikes or trikes, and this because the assembling is very, very simple. It's practically every mechanic possible to assembling to every bike, because all accessories inside, and very clever installing manual. It's like this paper with photos. many photos
Is that
with some graphics.
really available for download already on the internet, or do you only get it
no,
when you buy the system?
It's in packaging. Yes, and here is step by step installing. It's very, very simple. If you saw of this manual, and after this, impossible to make some mistake.
Can one see the torque sensor here on this bike, or
it's inside motor?
It's inside.
It's on the axle.
Yeah.
It's glue and electronic part which called tensor, and it's very simple. Yeah. It's only ask client if a client right-hander or left-hander, because possible to sense of these buttons. Mirroring is possible. Yes, it's simple. And last question will be the throttle. Here is possible to very simple install the throttle for starting to 6 kilometers per hour, and it's very, very simple. Yes.
Which one is the throttle?
Here is not it install, but it means on the finger, like a throttle on the motorcycle. Yeah, and it's possible to install here, and very simple install, because only disconnect the brake sensor, disconnecting brake sensor, connecting the throttle, and one very short calibration of throttle by these two buttons and all. It's
and how about the mounting of the battery? I have heard somebody or some discussion in Austria that not all bikes, existing bikes, are suited for mounting this heavy battery. So there's the risk that the battery may wobble and fall off.
Oh, understand you. I explain you. The most important is very good screw here before the protection from some rubber, and must be perfect screw. If it's okay, here is not any flex without any problem, because the battery is fixed all length of battery. We have not problem.
And this part was not so on existing bikes. They do not have this.
This is supplied with
BionX.
With BionX.
But this is welded to it, or is it screwed to it? You have to use only screws.
Only screws on the point for bottle holder, and we have not problem with it. Only one problem if this screw was not tight, and make this. It's wrong. It's wrong install.
And how about if the bike just falls? It happens.
No problem.
No problem.
No.
You could also see this now if a battery is. Somebody comes to you and say the battery is not working anymore. Is there something like a shock sensor in it, or you can see if the battery had fell down?
I have only one case where must be very, very strong fell down, because this part from copper was cut. It's strange situation, but more strange situation that if I connect it again, battery normal function. Happy client, very happy, because client made a big crash, and after this very damaged bike, and put me battery and please help. I open it, fine, and this part from copper, plate of copper, was cut it by this crash. I connect it and okay.